What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chishi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
I am convinced that women's greatest enemy to not getting the type of men they want out here when you're dating. Guys, dating is hard enough. When it comes to the greatest enemy, especially for modern women, it's other women. Picture you're a man who set a date with a chick, right? You set a date, you agree that you're both going to be there, and then the date actually comes. Watch how a woman, with the help of the influence of other people's opinions, other women, online, on TikTok in specific, ruined this opportunity, which what sounds like would have been a good guy. Let's get it.
So I was supposed to go on a date tonight in 45 minutes. And I just got back from the gym and I have the shower running and I was going to try to do it all. Run from one thing to the next.
Right.
But we haven't messaged since the 12th. Even though he said, okay, this place, this time. And I sent a little affirmative emoji. I know that there is... Oh, there's a siren, I'll just wait. I know that there is some general wisdom that all the girlies know about this. And what is it again? It's like if the guy doesn't message the day of the date, or the person asking on the date doesn't confirm the day of within X amount of hours, you don't need to say anything.
So here she is right now using terrible advice she got from TikTok in a real life situation and trying to implement it. Let's see how that goes.
You just assume you're not doing it. I feel bad because there's a chance he shows up because we decided on the time and place. And I didn't say anything. Look, I'm not going now. But I guess my question is, do I say nothing? I don't like being flaky, so I don't want to say nothing. But then what do I say? Hey, I didn't hear from you today, so I made other plans. I think I've heard that before, but that sounds really lame. But is that what I say? Anyway, instead I'm going to put on cozy pajamas and have a little bit of wine. Put on Real Housewives of New York, season 7. And try to edit this little short story I've been working on.
So instead of reaching out to the guy and just being like, hey, are we still on for today? She's going to edit her TikTok videos and talk about how dating is hard. Man.
This coffee smells like shit.
This coffee smells like shit. Let's keep listening.
So, tell me if that's correct. Oh my god, I just checked my phone and he responded. And he said, hey, and I didn't respond for 20 minutes. And then he said, how do you feel about facing the cold for this wine? Because it's 20 degrees outside. I feel bad about it. I don't want to go, but I also feel bad about how you messaged me an hour ahead of time.
So he messaged you an hour ahead of time of when you're supposed to meet, and you're frustrated about that.
But he did message, but is it bad that he did it until now? Or am I making too strong of gender roles and I should have messaged? But I was the last person to say something, even though it was an emoji, so I feel like it was on him, And he picked the place. So it was I would have been double texting. I expected him to say something today. That would have been normal. I don't know, I'm not going now. Turns out I interpreted this all wrong. And when he said, how do you feel about braving the cold for this wine? He meant see you there, even though it's cold. So, oh well, I'm in pajamas. I think you should confirm earlier than an hour before. That's my thought. That's my takeaway.
That's your takeaway. That's your takeaway. She just stood this man up. Just stood this man up. Could have literally reached out to him. Nice and simple. Easy text. She just stood this man up. So what does this mean? This means we don't want to hear anything from this chick about how she's struggling and men are the problem, because obviously it's not the man. Let's check out some of these comments. What do you guys think? Comment down. What would you do? Both men and women. What would you do in this situation? Let's check out some of these comments. First comment here says, me. So we have a woman here quoting herself saying, hey, I haven't heard from you to confirm about tonight. Are we still on? She goes on to say, I don't mind double texting at all. Communication works both ways. 15K likes. Here's somebody else here who says, if we plan a date and we don't text every day leading up to the date, I'm not going. This is why you can't have sympathy for these women who cry online. And sometimes, after a while, you start to think like, man, it's hard out here. It's hard for you can't feel too bad for these chicks, bro. You can't. You can't. Men aren't tripping over all that. They're not. It's already difficult for you to find a man who wants to commit to you long term. You're going to add a more strenuous stipulation like text me every single day leading up to the date. Come on. Come on. Another and by the way, that had like 28K likes on that one. Here's somebody else who says, so you stood him up? And another person here says, right, pretty messed up, to be honest. And in those temperatures, here's somebody else who added on to this conversation that turned to a thread that says, exactly, yikes. So there are some women who think this was messed up. Somebody else here says, okay, I'm so confused. Maybe it's a culture thing. I'm French. If I made plans with someone and then we don't talk about them again, I assume the plans are still on, like no one canceled. And listen, guys, if a guy was reaching out to me and he wanted advice, like this same guy, I would tell him, you know what? You want to make sure you at least confirm before the date, but the best is the morning, like early in the morning, and then you can, talk to her later that day. Even with that being said, if that doesn't happen, a decent woman will reach out and double check, right? Here's somebody else who says, I don't even confirm, I just show up. We scheduled plans, so I intend to show up. This was you standing him up. Here's somebody else who says, since the 12th, I too would assume he is uninterested. I wouldn't go. So here, she left this comment. It says on the 18th, go up to the 18th. That's about 7 days. She should have checked in on him. Somebody else who says you should have texted. Why does he have to? I think as just a general rule as a man, it is good for you to double check. You don't have to talk to the chick all throughout the days leading up to. Nah, don't do that. You're gonna shoot yourself in the foot. Don't do that. We've got another woman here who chimed in and says, you had a time and place. Oh geez, poor guy. So the woman here who stood the guy up responded and said, he's fine now. I checked. Oh, okay, he's fine. She goes on to say, when I said I didn't think it was happening, he said, all right, stay cozy. ... So nice. So nice. So nice. You see that, guys? So nice, she said. He was so nice. Women know how to treat nice guys. You know what women think when they meet a nice guy? I should probably treat this guy like shit. Don't shoot the barista, guys. Don't shoot the barista. I just work here, man. I just serve the coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Here's somebody else who says, laughing emojis, your questions would have been answered had you just texted. She left a quote here that says, hey, are we still on for tonight? Here's somebody else who says, communication goes both ways. Another comment here says, either person can confirm, preferably the one questioning it, because some people make plans and keep their word. And somebody else here says, hey, just checking in to make sure we're still good for tonight. And our final comment here says, definitely say something if a time and place are set. Just ask, are we still on for today? It's okay if not. Guys, do you agree? Leave your comments down below. Of course, I'm curious. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.